and welcome to Motive, Social Motivation for the Creative Class. I am your host, Tim Fulton, here with the longest working photographer in Columbus, Ohio, 42 years in the field, as he tells me, getting paid. Finally, being able to get to the point to get paid to have fun. Will Shively, how are you, sir?
I am, I'm just as handsome and effervescent as I've ever been.
Absolutely. Tell us about how you got started in photography.
How I got started in photography. Well, I am a visual learner. And back in them old days, when I started in college, they didn't know the difference between this and that, okay? And so, I went to college just thinking that I'd, find something that I could do, and, that's what I do. Because they certainly didn't have a degree in drinking. And partying.
Right, but you had defined in your teen years that you were good at that.
Yes, I was very good at that. Yes.
You studied at Ohio State.
Yes, I could get into Ohio State because they would take anybody.
At the time.
At the time. Not now. I think Bowling Green.
Well, you should be thankful for that. But you should be thankful for that at this point.
Well, yes, I am.
You're an alumna of the Ohio State University. It's not an easy place to get into.
Yes, and for me, it wasn't an easy place to get out of. Truly.
Talk to me about. Okay, I'm trying to get you to a place.
Yes.
Talk to me about why you were a photographer.
Well, what I finally could do was art. And so I got a degree. It only took me 7 years, but there were lots of interruptions and and part-time jobs that.
It only took me 12. So.
Oh, well, there you go. Good.
Yeah. Also an alumni.
I knew I liked you.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow, that's going to be a world indoor record, isn't it? Seriously?
I was exploring myself.
Okay, I understand that. That's true. But you didn't have Vietnam breathing down your back. You could still be in there. And it wouldn't be a problem.
Photography.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, well, that was related to the BFA. All right. And a BFA basically is a degree to be an artist. And I have a degree in drawing, painting, and graphics. And I was determined that I was going to be an artist because I'd wanted to be an artist since the 4th grade. And why the 4th grade, I don't know. But for some reason, I don't know. I guess I tried all that other stuff in college for my father because, he had ideas about what I should do that were, at that point, a little more overwhelming than, my own. So I just tried it and almost flunked out.
But in his mind, more reasonable at that point. You're talking much more about the accounting, the business, the science.
Yes, all those things that I have no idea how to do. Okay, and still don't.
That's fair.
Yes, that's for sure. So, I was married and had children on the way. And at the time, I had gotten a job in commercial design at a place called Design Collective Incorporated. And very nice guys, wonderful. And I knew absolutely nothing about what they did and why they hired me. I have no idea. But you know, I got to learn lots about printing and, you know, layout and, you know, design and a lot of the basics of commercial art. And then one day, one of the owners came in and said, you know, that serious tone that we need to have it. You know,
Will, can I speak with you for a moment?
sure, yes, exactly, yes. We need to have a talk. Oh dear. Well, okay. So the talk consisted of, we're going to have to let you go. And it's like, okay, well, I haven't really screwed anything up. Wonder what's wrong. And I said, could I ask why? And he said, well, you know, you don't spend enough time in your seat. And you're not getting enough done. And I said, I just can't sit there that long. And he said, that's why we're letting you go. And so...
if you can't do the job, you can't do the job.
Yeah, well, if you're not in your seat, I guess you can't do the job. So
a camera came into it.
Yeah, well, so I looked around for something that I didn't have to sit and do, okay? But it wasn't going to be, you know, painting and drawing and graphics, because I tried some of that, and it's like being on a very slow boat to China, you know, it may make it, and you may just get there, okay? Or you may make it and you'll be a giant success. Or you just may never make it. And so I said, I need to find something that you can do and you can think and create at the same time. And I thought, photography. I think I'll try that. And it's like, I think about that now and I go, good God, you know, I didn't even own a camera. You know, and here I think I'm going to be a photographer, you know. And so I went out and didn't know what I was doing, and I bought a very, very cheap ass camera, and you know, I started taking pictures of whoever would pay me any amount of money to take some sort of picture.
You basically reached out to your network and said, hey, I've got a camera now.
Yes, yes. And they go, so? And all I can say is I just stuck with it. And I don't know, all I can say is, you know, you can say, you know, whatever, however you look at the supreme being, you know, in AA we look at it as, you know, higher power. A lot of people say God, a lot of people say the universe, but let's just say God has been very good to me.
Let's do a quick review of some of the clients that you've had. You've done work for the limited brands.
All of them, except for, well, Victoria's Secret. That's a closed club.
A lot of, at least the work that I think it's fair to say more artistic and yet still commercial. You've done a lot of work for the performing arts companies in Columbus.
Right.
You did a lot of work for Ballet Met for a long time, Opera Columbus, the Old Players Theater.
Yes.
How do you choose clients? How do you, or is it simply whomever is willing to pay you whatever, or?
No, because at first it was like that, and I ended up getting screwed a couple of times, and it's like, okay. So I thought there's got to be a way that you can identify, who really wants you to work for them, and I came up with I call it the big three, and number one would be they have a need. They have an honest-to-goodness need in their marketing program, or, I don't know, maybe their wife's birthday and they, need a good picture of themselves, whatever, that kind of thing. So you've got to have a need, okay? Then you have to judge or figure out, does this person or company, do they have the money? Because, by that time, I'm more expensive than, okay, $5 will do, that kind of thing. Okay, and so, you have to have confidence that once you do the job, and that they will pay you. And the third one is respect, okay? Because they have to understand that it is it's not a science, but it can be a highly technical.
It's a craft.
Yes, and it's very, 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 very expensive to the equipment. I think anything that has photo on it, they raise about 200% and say, oh, well, that's how much it costs. It's like, I can't believe some of the prices on things, especially now.
I want to talk about two more things. Well,
okay.
First of all, three more things. What are the current projects you're working on?
Okay.
Do you want me to go ahead and just go through all of
them?
them?
All right, yeah, go through all of them.
Okay, so current projects you're working on.
Mm-hmm.
What what advice would you give to someone who is almost there in terms of being a professional creative?
Okay.
And then three, given your time in Columbus, how long you were in a studio in the short north, what your current ideas of the lays of the land of Columbus.
Okay.
Which do you want to do first?
Let's do the first one first, but you have to tell me what it is again.
What are you currently working on?
Oh, okay. What am I currently working on? All right. Currently, I am working on various self-assigned projects. I've learned that, and that's a thing for people who are just starting out or novices. Okay, you are going to learn the most through projects that you assign yourself, and then you have to have the discipline to do them. And that can be as simple as, I'm going to get 10 people and I'm going to convince them that they need their portrait taken for free, and I am going to use one light. Okay? And now, I didn't say that you couldn't use reflectors, but you're going to use only one light. And to see how many different variations that you can get out of that. I mean, you don't want to do a cookie cutter kind of thing where, everybody's saying, oh, I found it, on the first guy, and now I'm going to do everybody that way. That's not the way I work. I rarely do the same thing twice.
And what you're saying really is assigning yourself a task that has an amount of accountability to it.
Yes.
Because if you won't do it for yourself, how can you expect to do it for a client in the long run?
Exactly. And you take it it's taken seriously. I mean, you know, you're looking for, you know, people who want to have their picture taken. Okay, that's, you know, I'm so tired of people saying, I hate this worse than the dentist. You know, it's like, oh, how depressing. You know, and we haven't even started. You know, we haven't even seen the, you know. I mean, I can put it up on the laptop, and it can come up right there, this big, and you know, they haven't even seen that yet. And it's like, yikes, you know, worse than a dentist.
They don't like having their picture taken,
Yeah.
apparently. You have a show coming up at the
Marcia Evans Gallery.
At the Marcia Evans Gallery. That's opening next week, is that correct?
Yes, on Friday.
Yes. So
And, yes, and it is all ballet work.
right, performance-based work.
Yes, performance-based work.
You also are, you currently live at the Milo Arts Center. You've
Yes.
been there for 4 years.
Mhm.
They are in that facility also starting an autism school.
Well, actually, the facility isn't. It's some of us who live
there.
Yeah, who live there, and we're going to use, you know, for lack of any other thing, you know, our studios to teach, you know, what we can, or what our specialty is.
Right, and so all of you exposing the arts to this community.
Yes, as a healing tool, or as a maybe a tool that, for instance, you know, somebody who hasn't ever spoken.
Well, I was going to put words in your mouth and say vehicle for communication.
Yes, exactly. And that would be exactly what I would teach, would be not necessarily photography, but vision. Okay? You know, I mean, take a home, and most everybody's got a dog or a cat or a gerbil or, you know, a boa constrictor or something. You know.
Yes.
Well,
I had a chinchilla.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad. It's better than that thing that sits in the hammock and stinks.
Indeed.
What is it called?
Ferret.
Ferret.
That's all I needed to get there. You know, that thing that stinks. Any other advice for aspiring either novices or people that are wanting to make creativity a career?
You've got to stay with it, no matter what. Okay, because there's going to be great projects, and there's going to be projects that really suck. But okay, they're paying. That's the one thing that can be somewhat wearing about, you know, charging for creative services, and especially if you're charging a lot, because you know you know a lot and you have a good reputation or whatever, is whether you're working for someone like Ballynet for free, or another like GCAC, you're working for, you know, almost free, just basically to cover up, you know, your overhead, or you're making, you know, good money, and then there's stupid money, and you know, and so.
You mean stupid good money?
Yeah, stupid
Okay.
good money.
Right.
Right. So much money that it's stupid. Yeah.
That's the goal, but obviously those are the projects that don't tend to be as fun to do. But every time
Well, I think you find across the board there's really yucky projects, and there's really good stuff, and the cost doesn't really have anything to do with it.
not correlated.
Yeah, it's just, you know, one's more rewarding when you have to go pay your rent, or, you know, or your car insurance, or, you know, whatever, you know, those things.
One last thing.
Oh, okay. One last thing?
One last
Okay.
thing.
All right.
I know. The pre-interview we did a full hour.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't there for it, but you did when we were doing the video shoot to promote tonight. You were asked, why do you live in Columbus? And you said at the time that you could never find anyone to marry you that you could get to move back to New York. At the time, and I didn't know about this until I said, hey, can I get the audio from that shoot? I'm just trying to find some quotes I can use, and I heard that. Talk about, given your time in the Short North, when did you get your studio in the Short North?
Well, I moved into what is now One Marconi Place in 1979. And it was me and 55,000 square feet of deserted warehouse.
Wow.
That sounds very nice.
Oh, it was very inviting.
What are your thoughts on where Columbus is at now versus then?
Oh my God, we're light years ahead of, them. Seriously, I think there are a lot of the things that the previous guest was talking about. All those things have been looked at in New York City, which is where I'm from, and I think reasonable solutions have been honed out over the years, over a series of years. But I think that I was very impressed with her, her knowledge and the definition of the problems, because that's one thing nice about New York City is you don't have to have a car. You can get anywhere you want to go, by any number of ways, depending on how much money you have, or we have big time sports, and we always have had Ohio State football, and
Better.
It's
better.
Now they can put 110,000 screaming idiots in there at one time. It's like, geez. Not to be cynical, but wow, that's a lot of,
Just so that I can get it on camera, can you say go Bucks?
Go Bucks.
Ladies and gentlemen, well said.